Have you ever admired someone so deeply that you wished you could trade places with them? Not because of their money or fame, but because of how they carry themselves, the calm, the confidence, the discipline, the presence. What if I told you that becoming that person isn't just a dream, it's a process, and it starts with something small, something atomic? Because transformation doesn't begin with what you do. It begins with who you believe you are. Most people try to change their lives by changing their habits. They start a new diet, they buy a journal, they join a gym, but within weeks, they're back where they started. Why? Because they never changed their identity. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, said it best. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. But here's the catch. If your internal identity doesn't match your external actions, the identity wins every time. Want to become disciplined? You need to stop saying, "I'm trying to be more disciplined," and start saying, "I am a disciplined person." Behavior follows identity, not the other way around. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you introduced yourself to the person you're becoming? Think of your identity like the roots of a tree. Habits, they're the fruit. If you want better fruit, you don't start by polishing the apples. You go underground, you nurture the roots. So here's the hard truth. If deep down you believe you're lazy, broken, or not enough, no amount of productivity hacks will save you. You'll sabotage your progress because your self-image always seeks confirmation. That's why the real work is inner work. You don't just need new habits, you need a new identity. Coming up, I'll show you the exact 3-step process to rebuild your identity from scratch, starting today. Start here. Ask yourself, who do I admire? Not what they have, but who they are. Do they wake up early? Are they stoic under pressure? Do they speak with clarity? Do they walk into a room and command respect? Now ask, what qualities define them? Write them down. Confidence, discipline, clarity, focus, strength, kindness, whatever resonates. Then here's the atomic question. If I were that person, what would I do today? Because your identity isn't built in one grand decision. It's forged in micro moments, tiny repeated votes for the person you want to become. One action, one choice, one moment at a time. Your old identity has momentum. It lives in your habits, in your language, in your stories. I've always been this way. I'm not a morning person. I suck at finishing things. These aren't facts, they're scripts, and it's time to rewrite them. Catch yourself in the act. Interrupt the pattern. Instead of, "I'm inconsistent," say, "I used to be inconsistent, but now I follow through." That shift in narrative is atomic, tiny, but powerful. Now picture yourself 6 months from now. You've been living as this new identity every day. How would you walk? Talk, think? That's not some distant version of you. That is you, waiting to be activated. The final step, repetition. You don't become the person you admire with a single act of will. You prove it over and over. Create rituals that reflect who you are becoming. Want to be disciplined? Build a morning routine and defend it like your life depends on it. Want to be a creator? Publish something weekly, even if no one watches. Want to be courageous? Speak your truth once a day, even if your voice shakes. Don't wait to feel like the person. Act like them, and your feelings will catch up. The more often you act in alignment with your new identity, the stronger the signal becomes. Until eventually, you don't have to fake it anymore. You are it. You don't need to escape your life. You need to outgrow your old self. The gap between who you are and who you admire is not as big as you think. It's made of small decisions, atomic choices, moments of intention. You already have the blueprint. You already have the vision. Now it's time to cast votes for that identity. Every day, start small. Start today. Start with one question. What would the future me do right now?